Great to be here. Beautiful city.
Yeah, I guess it's the first time for both of you.
No, I've been here before.
Yeah.
Not recently though. So.
Is this time better than the first time?
Well, I had a lot of fun the first time I was here. So
you're implying that you will not have a lot of fun now?
Well, we don't know. I just got here, but I was a lot younger the last time I was here, and so.
It's my first time in Amsterdam. I've been to the Netherlands a number of times. I've just been to Utrecht for whatever reason. Just the situation took me there. But it's great to be in Amsterdam. It's a beautiful city. Lots of charm, lots of history, of course. Great people, great food. So I think it's really enjoying my time here.
So you're leveling up actually from Utrecht to Amsterdam, I would say.
The Utrecht citizens might disagree, but yes, you can say that.
Well, when did you get here, Jim?
Sunday morning, yeah, so yesterday. Yesterday early. Utrecht, of course, has a flying saucer that crashed into the building, but Amsterdam is a lot else.
Well, we're actually sitting here in our new office. This used to be the streets where, and I told you before, where they were brewing beer. But today we're not going to brew beer. We're going to brew things about macro, financial markets.
Maybe we'll drink some beer later on, but
definitely. And obviously gold, because that's also the context of. It's an absolute honor. I have to say that on my right and left, I have two legends, if I can say, of the gold industry. Everyone knows Peter Schiff, Jim Rickards. I think those are names that are kind of, like a reference in the industry.
We've been talking about gold for a while, so.
Yeah, and also Jim, you also wrote many books. And we are celebrating 15 years of Gold Republic. And this is also an honor then to be able to celebrate it among the two of you as well. And the topic of the conference is the future of gold. And before we talk about the future of gold, I thought maybe it's good to talk about the present of gold and what defines what gold is today, because we had 5,000 years of history from gold, right? And this time feels a bit different, but also not.
Yeah.
So how would you put that into context? If you look at the history of gold and where we are today, and what was gold and how it evolved, how would you say that this turning point we are in represents the future of gold?
Yeah, well, I think gold has a long future, bright future. And I think gold is going to kind of resume the monetary role that it played for most of human history, or civilization. We've kind of moved away from gold as money over the last 50 or some odd years, and we've experimented with fiat currencies as an alternative to real money. And I would say that it's a failed experiment, and I think it's coming to an end. And I think that's the reason that we're seeing the rise that we've seen in the price of gold recently. Gold prices have doubled, more than doubled in the last couple of years. And central banks, foreign central banks, have really started to accumulate gold again. They now have more gold than U.S. Treasuries, and that is going to continue that trend. And I think central banks are doing this for a reason. I think at this point, they know that the dollar's days as the reserve currency are nearing an end. How many days left is anybody's guess. But I think they are preparing for a world where they need to back their currency with real money. And that's gold. And I think what's interesting about gold's future, and I just came from this blockchain week in Dubai, and the people in the Bitcoin community just believe that gold doesn't have a future because Bitcoin is the future of gold, as digital gold, as something that's better than gold. And I think what that community doesn't really understand, and there's a number of things they don't understand, but I think what blockchain does, it doesn't replace gold. It actually improves gold. It actually makes gold more useful as money than it was in the past, because instead of being limited, to physical proximity, where if I have gold and I want to transact with it, not just use it as a store of value, but if I want to use it as money, as a medium of exchange, I need to be physically located with the person who I'm paying. You can have gold ownership represented by paper, which is what we did for a long time, under a gold standard. You didn't always bring your gold around. You had a note that was effectively an IOU. The gold was in a vault somewhere, either at a blacksmith or at a bank. And rather than paying the gold, you would pay a note that was an obligation for the issuer to pay gold. And so that was currency. But now with blockchain, you can take that to a much higher level, because I can now tokenize gold. And now, instead of writing a piece of paper that represents ownership of gold, you can have a token. And that token is easily transferable and divisible in a way that makes gold even better as a medium of exchange than it's ever been. Right? People, the Bitcoin community wants to criticize gold. They say, well, it's not as divisible as Bitcoin, or as portable, or as fungible. Yes, as a physical metal, but once you tokenize it, it does everything that Bitcoin does, except it does it better, faster, and cheaper. And unlike Bitcoin, it actually has value. It actually has, a tokenized gold would actually be digital gold, because its value would be derived from the gold that backs up the token. The token would be redeemable in actual gold. So in that sense, it would be digital gold. Bitcoin is a digital fiction. It's fool's gold. So I think that blockchain and what is happening right now with technology, I think is going to help bring the gold standard into the 21st century, as will the currency crisis, the dollar crisis that I think we're headed for. Mm-hmm. And I think the only way out of that crisis is to return to real money, and that's gold.
I think you have to start the analysis by asking, what is money? And one of my theses is that we meaning civilization or society, have kind of lost the thread as to what money actually is. There's a classic definition: money is a unit of account, a store of value, and a medium of exchange. There are other definitions, but that's kind of a good working definition. And to Peter's point, gold is definitely a unit of account and store of value. I don't think there's any question about that. As a medium of exchange, its role has been diminished, but I think it is coming back. And I would particularly point to a lot of discussion about the BRICS, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. That list has expanded to about 12 countries. I think they have a waiting list of 17 countries. So the BRICS group is expanding very rapidly. And there was a lot of buzz a couple of years ago. The BRICS are going to launch a new BRICS currency, and it's going to replace the dollar, and it'll be their medium of exchange, and other countries could join in, et cetera. And then that kind of went away. There was a lot of there were serious questions about the feasibility of that. I mean, what's actually going on? The BRICS are building new payment channels. They're putting down fiber optic cable. They're creating their own clearance systems. They're basically creating a parallel system to SWIFT and FedWire and the traditional dollar payment systems. That's not a new currency. It's a new payment system, so they really can get out from under sanctions imposed by the U.S. and other aspects of national security constraints. But the point I make is, so let's say you're Russia and China. Russia's buying manufactured goods and technology from China, and China's buying natural resources and oil and gas from Russia. There's a lot more to it, and a lot more members, as we describe. Brazil and India and others are important players, but in that simple bilateral sense, well, Russia's sort of piling up Chinese yuan that they're receiving in payment, and the Chinese are piling up rubles that they're receiving in payment, and that's fine. Again, unit of account, you can keep track of that, but how much Chinese food do the Russians really need? I mean, there's a limit on how, if you're the central banker, and I always make the point that Evgenia Nabiulina, who's the head of the central bank of Russia, is the only central banker in the world who really understands her job, but there's a limit on that. But so you have to settle up on some basis, and the point is a couple of things. Number one, you don't have to settle on a gross basis. You can settle on a net basis. So if I owe you yuan and you owe me rubles, we can net them out probably with a dollar equivalent up to a certain point, and then just settle the net, number one. Number two, you don't have to settle in real time. You can do it quarterly, once a year. That's fine. The central banks can settle with their individual buyers and sellers and exporters and importers.